Michael Santarcangelo here from Security Catalyst with the office hours recap from February the 19th, 2021. Office hours is held every Friday at noon. We get together over Zoom and we get to talk about anything you want. We tend to focus on things like security and business, including security in the business, communication, leadership, personal development. Anything goes. We'll talk about it. Bring your problems to me and we'll solve them together. You can learn more at securitycatalyst.com/office hours. And here's what we talked about this week. We covered quite a bit of ground. We opened by talking about the importance of showing your work sooner. You get something done and then you tend to see what's next and you think, oh, if I could just get that little bit done. Oh, if I could just connect a couple more dots. And the thing is, if you do that, you end up leaving people behind. So first of all, we got to just get over it. We got to share more. We got to share more often. But we did talk about some qualifiers, some ways to think about it, and the importance of seeing your own value. So that led us to talk about what happens when you let somebody else define your value. Newsflash, you get a lot of friction. So it's the difference, really, what we're saying is, do you see, do you know, do you recognize your own value? Is it intrinsic? Have you done the work? Have you worked through the struggle? And do you own that outcome? Do you own that value? Do you own your growth? But a lot of times we don't. And it's because we give someone else the power. And I don't know why you do that. But so don't. Because when you do, you create friction. And friction erodes value. Friction destroys trust. Friction burns people out. Friction is a good reason why people leave their jobs. Oddly enough, that brought up, so when do you decide to move on? When do you say it's a sunk cost? I've done everything I can. I've put in my time, my energy, my effort. I've tried to make it work. It's not working. I got to go. Great conversation around how to think about it, how to diagnose it, what to do when you figure out that there's that disconnect or that misalignment, and then what do you do when it's finally time to go? But then we also said, hey, wait a minute. If you're the team leader, what about your team? Do they feel the same way? That led us to talk about, so what's your purpose? What is your value? What is your purpose? What is your value? Is it intrinsic? Do you see it? Are you able to show it, right? You can see the theme as it worked through office hours this week. But really what it comes down to is, do you know? Are you in alignment? Are you in a place where you're able to bring your best self forward, to contribute your value, and to be seen for it? So then we said, well, what type of security leader are you? Now, that's not pejorative. What we're really saying is, are you business-minded, or are you technically minded, or are you a hybrid? And if you're a hybrid, I'm really curious. I'd like to know why. Like how? How did you get there? Because that's fascinating. But then more importantly, are you a founder? Are you a fixer? Or are you a farmer? Good conversations to be had. It's a topic we're going to come back to. And then we kind of said, okay, so we keep talking about this best next step. How do you distill down? And the answer is to reflect. And when you reflect over the course of the week, right, because you've set an intention, you've done the action, you get to the reflection, I like to ask 3 questions. What did I learn about myself? What did I learn about my work? What did I learn about my environment? And then from that, there's a series of things you can do that help you figure out your best next step. We're going to keep talking about that too. So these are the types of things that we talk about. Great group of people. We are definitely international, and we try to help each other. It's great to hear other people's perspectives. We always focus on the positive. We amplify the good, and we leave with a plan for success in the next week. Well, or at least we got a best next step. Hope to see you this Friday at noon.